Imagine a day like any other. The sun is shining and two sisters are enjoying their breakfast. The morning air is sweet, the clinking of cutlery against porcelain plates filling the room, laughter and chatter weaving a tapestry of normalcy. They're discussing their day, plans of shopping and a movie, maybe even that new Italian place downtown. Their bond visible in the easy banter, the shared smiles. Then enters Richard, their stepdad, the picture of joviality. He laughs with them, shares in their plans, but there's something in his voice, a hint of an edge, a sliver of frost in the warm morning. It's subtle, easy to miss, but it's there, lingering like a shadow you can't quite shake off. As Richard leaves, the sisters share a glance. Their smiles falter, the laughter fades. A sense of unease creeps in, a chill on this sunny day. Something is off, but what? Later that day, as the sisters are cleaning out the attic, they stumble upon a locked box. Curiosity piqued, they find an old rusty key hidden amongst the clutter and with a little effort manage to unlock the box. Inside, their eyes are met with a collage of yellowing newspaper clippings. At first glance, it appears to be a collection of random stories, but as they start to sift through the articles, a chilling pattern begins to emerge. Each clipping details an unsolved murder case. The victims, all different, yet bound by the tragic thread of their untimely demise. As the sisters delve deeper into the box, their hearts pound in their chests like a drum reverberating through the silence of the attic. Beneath the clippings, they find a note. The handwriting is harsh, the letters slashed onto the page as if with a knife. It reads, "The thrill is in the chase." The phrase, so sinister in its simplicity, sends a shudder down their spines. Suddenly, the pieces of the macabre puzzle click into place. The victims in the newspaper clippings aren't strangers. They all share a common connection. Richard, their stepdad. The realization hits them like a cold wave, the room spinning as they try to comprehend the horrifying truth. The man they've shared their home with, laughed with, trusted, is a serial killer. All at once, the ordinary objects in the attic take on a menacing aura. The dust motes in the air seem to choke them. The shadows in the corners grow darker. The sisters clutch each other's hands, their knuckles white with fear. Their minds race, thoughts tumbling over each other in a whirlwind of panic and disbelief. But the most terrifying revelation is yet to come. If they've discovered Richard's secret, then they're next. They've become the prey in his twisted game, the thrill of the chase. The sisters stare at each other, the horrifying truth sinking in. Their stepdad is a serial killer. In a desperate attempt to disprove their terrifying theory, the sisters decide to confront Richard. Their hearts pounding like marching drums, they approach him, a faint casualness in their voices. They bring up the subject of the box, an innocent question cloaked in layers of dread and suspicion. "Hey Richard, we stumbled upon this box in the attic. What's in it?" Richard's reaction is immediate and telling. His eyes flicker with an unreadable emotion, his smile stiffens just a fraction, and there's a slight tremor in his voice as he dismisses their question. "Oh, that old thing? Just some junk I've been meaning to throw out." But the sisters are not convinced. They press on, probing further, trying to peel away the layers of Richard's deceit. They ask about the contents, the strange objects that had set their minds spiraling into a whirlpool of fear. "We noticed some odd things in there, Richard, things that didn't seem like junk." Richard's evasive responses only serve to confirm their fears. He stammers, fumbles for words, his eyes darting around the room as if searching for an escape. Just random stuff, you know, things I've picked up over the years," he mutters, his voice barely above a whisper. The sisters exchange a glance, a silent communication of shared terror. Richard's nervous behavior, his inability to provide a straightforward answer, only solidifies their horrifying conclusion. Their stepfather, the man they have known and trusted, is hiding a dark and deadly secret. As the conversation ends and they leave the room, they can feel Richard's gaze on them. It's a chilling sensation, a cold shiver running down their spines. They don't need to turn around to know that his eyes are following them, studying them, a menacing glint in his gaze. as they leave the room. Richard's eyes follow them, a menacing glint in his gaze. A glint that promises danger, a glint that confirms their worst fears. Their stepdad is a serial killer, and they might be his next victims. Realizing their lives are in danger, the sisters decide they need to escape. A chilling revelation like this, it's enough to make your heart skip beats, but they know they must keep their wits about them. The stakes couldn't be higher. Their very lives hang in the balance. They start to form a plan, strategizing every move. Every detail is crucial. Their minds race, thoughts swirling faster than a tornado as they consider every possible scenario. They know they have to be smart, they have to be swift, and above all, they have to be silent. Their stepfather, the man who is supposed to protect them, is now their biggest threat. Gathering supplies becomes a silent mission of its own. Food, water, a change of clothes, anything that can fit into their small backpacks without arousing suspicion. The house, once a place of comfort, now feels like a ticking time bomb, every tick a second closer to their potential doom. They begin to map out a route, their escape path. They have to avoid the roads, the places he might look first. They decide on the woods, dense and vast, a perfect cover. They've played there as children, now they'll use it as their sanctuary. The woods, where they once built forts and played hide and seek, would now serve as their shield, their protector against the man who is supposed to be their guardian. The tension is palpable, as thick as the fog that often shrouds their small town. Every creak of the floorboard, every gust of wind against the window sends their hearts racing. They prepare to leave their home, the only sanctuary they've known, and the man who wears the face of their father but the heart of a monster. They know they need to act quickly and carefully, for they are next in line. Their plan is set, their bags are packed, their resolve stronger than ever. The countdown begins, the escape plan is in motion. The only question that remains is, can they outsmart the killer in their home? Just as they're about to put their plan into action, an unexpected obstacle arises. The universe, it seems, has a cruel sense of humor. Picture this: the sisters, ready to make their daring escape, hearts pounding in their chests, adrenaline coursing through their veins. And then, the universe throws a wrench into their meticulously laid plans. A surprise visit from an old family friend, of all things. This friend, let's call her Martha, is as oblivious as she is well-meaning, a friendly face with a knack for ill-timed visits. Martha, in her innocence, becomes an unwitting pawn in Richard's deadly game. The sisters, on the other hand, are forced into a high-stakes game of charades. They must keep their terrifying secret, play the part of the dutiful daughters, and avoid raising any alarm bells in Richard's mind. Each passing minute feels like an eternity as they try to navigate this precarious situation. Every forced smile, every strained laugh, every fake casual conversation, a desperate attempt to keep Martha in the dark and Richard off their trail. The clock is ticking, and with each passing second, the noose tightens around their necks. However, the sisters are not just victims in this chilling tale. They are fighters, survivors. Even in this moment of despair, they are scheming, planning, calculating, looking for that one opportunity, that one moment of distraction, to turn the tables on Richard and make their escape. The tension is palpable. It's a cat and mouse game where the stakes are as high as they can get. The sisters are walking on a tightrope, with danger lurking at every corner. One wrong move, one slip, and their worst nightmare could become a reality. With their escape delayed, the sisters are left in a vulnerable position, their lives hanging by a thread. But don't fret, dear listeners. This is not the end of their story. It's merely a pause, a cliffhanger. Stay tuned as we unravel what happens next in this nerve-wracking saga. As the night falls, the sisters know they must take their chance and flee. Their hearts pound like war drums in their chests as they dart through the shadows, their every breath a whispered plea for survival. The world around them is an eerie symphony of the nocturnal, punctuated by their soft footfalls on the dew-kissed grass. Suddenly, the chilling sound of Richard's voice slices through the darkness, a sinister serenade that sends icy tendrils of fear spiraling down their spines. His words, laced with an unsettling mirth, echo around them, a haunting promise of a deadly game of cat and mouse. The night, once their cloak of invisibility, now feels like a stage spotlight, their every move potentially betraying their location. Their breaths hitch, their pulses race, the chilling reality of their situation sinking in. Will they manage to escape Richard's deadly grip? Only time will tell.